Good day, everyone. My name is Dr. Eniola Anthony Abiodun, and I'm honored to share my reflection on fostering inclusive, evidence informed, and technology enhanced education in higher education. I'm a professor of management and entrepreneurship, and I also serve as a lecturer at the University of Suffolk GBS, Leeds campus. Why I'm also holding leadership role as subdean and head of departments at Great Zimbabwe University and at the British Canadian University. Across these institutions, my mission is to bridge theory and practice, ensuring education is equitable, research-driven, and future-focused. Let me walk you through four key areas. Number one is my academic practice landscape, global expectation, my professional development, and the role of scholarship in shaping my approach. Let's look through the first one, my academic practice. Teaching across the United Kingdom and Africa, I engage with remarkably diverse cohorts, international students, mature learners, and professionals from varied cultural and educational backgrounds. This diversity is a strength, but it demands culturally sensitive and inclusive pedagogies. For example, in my entrepreneurship modules, I blend theory with real world applications for my students, which means my students don't just learn about business models, they design them, pitch ideas, and confront practical challenges. This approach is underpinned by current research in ensuring content is evidence-based and industry relevant. Another one is, in terms of my practice, is technology. The use of technology is another cornerstone for me. I make use of the platform like Moodle, Palettes, and Nearpod to let me create hybrid learning experiences and catering to both in-person and remote learners that I teach. So whether discussing case studies or collaborating on projects, these tools actually foster engagements and mirror the digital fluency in my today's workplace demand. I would like to talk about my expectation in higher education. Let's move to the second one. I would like to let us know that the global higher education landscape is evolving rapidly. This will make the students to need career relevant skills and the agility to thrive in cross-cultural, tech-driven environments. To meet this expectation, I prioritize number one, active participation. In my class, I make sure that I use flipped classrooms and group debates to empower student voices. And at the same time, I prioritize equitable access. This is where the designing materials for learners with varying needs are being made use, including working professionals. And the third one, I will talk about the future readiness, is the integration of AI and digital tools as highlighted by Upscan. It's made the student to prepare for emerging trends. Let's look at the third one, my CPD over the last 1 year, I've prioritized professional growth, which is one of my lifelong commitments. And over the past years, I've engaged in CPD to refine my practice. And I make sure that I focus on inclusive education. This is why I draw on frameworks like DDoF. That is, DDoF talk about intercultural competencies to create safer, more collaborative spaces. And I make use of technology integration. This is where I experiment in terms of using AI-driven analytics to personalize feedback for my students. And evidence-based teaching is another way where I partner with industry to align curricula with labor market trends. What am I teaching in the class? Does it meet with the labor market? So these efforts are not solitary. They are fueled by my collaborations with peers, policymakers, and students themselves. So, and it enhanced in terms of mentoring, whereby my PhD and my master students, I have to mentor them and inculcate technology integration. In terms of scholarship, let's look at the scholarship, which is the fourth one. Leadership in academia is not just administrative. It is transformational. So as a member of the Senate in my university, I make sure that I contribute to policies that scale these practices institutionally. My research examines how entrepreneurship education can reduce barriers for underrepresented groups. So this is a question that directly informs my teaching. For instance, a recent project that I explore is looking at how digital mentorship expands access for rural African students. Because when you look at it, so with this, I try to, how do I make sure that I mentor and I look at the digital aspects, get to the rural students, and how do I use it to actually teach them? So scholarship to me is a cycle. So in terms of the research, informed teaching reveals a new question for me, and the loop continues. I would like to conclude. Before conclusion, I would like to say that my practice is anchored in 3 pillars. Number 1 is inclusivity. The 2 is the evidence and innovation. So whether through culturally responsive design or research-based curricula or emerging technologies, the goal remains the same. And that goal is to equip learners not just for jobs, but for impacts. I'm always excited by the road ahead. I'm grateful for the chance to share these reflections. Thank you very much.